Only been seeing a few light showers around the tri-state so far this Thursday morning. We do expect the rain chances to pick up into the afternoon. Even the storm chances will start to get a little bit higher towards dinner time, and we're feeling the gusty winds as well. But overall, first alert weather day because of the impact all of this mess is going to be having to your plants. So we're tracking rain, we're tracking storms, and we're tracking gusty winds throughout your afternoon and evening. And while radar is pretty quiet right now, not too far away, another heavy batch of rain, and then eventually the cold front is going to be passing through the tri-state. And as that cold front, you see that line there of storms, that's going to be passing through the tri-state later on this evening. There is just the smallest possibility of some isolated strong wind gusts, but the chance for something severe is incredibly low. That's the good news here, especially as we see the rain pooling on into the tri-state with the next couple of hours. That'll kind of zap the energy for the main line of storms to use later on this afternoon. So while we've just been hanging on to some light showers, it hasn't necessarily been a bad day out there. It's 54, so warmer today than it was over the last it's been the warmest day we've seen in a long time, right? So clouds sticking around, those winds from the south making it feel a little bit warmer. We're not seeing any snow on the ground. We're not seeing any snow in the sky either. I'm not worried about that for this first alert weather day. But temperatures in the middle 50s. It's warm enough to see some of those thunderstorms rolling into the tri-state later on this afternoon and into your evening. So pretty all right drive into work this morning, but the same cannot be said for later on this afternoon. And even outside the showers and thunderstorms, it is still quite breezy outside. These winds are gusting anywhere from about 20 to even 35 miles per hour. The isolated 40-mile-per-hour wind gust cannot be ruled out at this time, too. But your high today looks like 55 degrees. We're not expecting things to get much warmer than what we're seeing now, and that's because rain is going to be pulling into the tri-state here shortly, or at least more moderate showers, right? Stormy towards the afternoon. It's going to be windy. Notice the rain chances. They're picking up towards your dinner time hour, and temperatures just kind of reaching their peak in the middle 50s. Kind of what we're seeing right now is what you're going to see for the rest of the day today. Now into your evening, of course, those showers and storms going to be pulling through the tri-state and then exiting the area, but not until we see a couple of those snowflakes. We're going to see temperatures drop very quickly overnight into your Friday, in which we do have temperatures in the middle 20s to start off your Friday morning commute, and any leftover showers will make that transition into snow showers. Not expecting any accumulation with this. Maybe a dusting in our northern counties, but generally fairly light impact in the snow itself. It might just make visibility a little hard for that Friday morning commute, but again, no big snow in that Friday morning forecast. So today, stormy and windy. Expect these to be pulling, or these showers and storms to be pulling on in later on this afternoon and into your evening. Bring the umbrella. You're not going to regret it. Everyone's going to be seeing the showers and storms later on this afternoon and evening. We'll get to the timing here in just a second. Now tomorrow, that big cool down, a few morning flakes there, and then the rest of the day looks cold, breezy as well. And then the weekend, we shoot right back up with the temperatures. We're going to be back into the 50s with no major issues into that final weekend before Christmas. It's going to be great to get any and all of the holiday shopping done. So storms are likely today, and then we're smooth sailing into your weekend forecast. That's the good news. So showers now, we're seeing some pretty light ones, and then storms are going to arrive starting around 5 o'clock this afternoon and continuing until about 10. It's moving from west to east. So if you're tuning in west of downtown Cincinnati, expect these showers and storms to be rolling on through closer to 5. Those east of Cincinnati, closer to 10. Kind of hope you get the point there. But rainfall total is not too impressive, less than an inch for everyone, if not most of us. And those winds are going to be gusting up to and around 30 miles per hour, isolated 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Again, wind advisories in effect. We'll touch on that forecast in a second, too. But generally speaking, this storm event, it's more of a nuisance than anything. We're not expecting anything extreme, but any of us that have the outdoor inflatables out, hopefully you've already brought them inside. Make sure they're nice and secure into the ground, because these winds are still really tossing things around out there, and also some slow travel this evening too. Here's another way of showing you guys that first alert timeline. Again, right now things are pretty calm. We're going to see the rain chances pick up over the next couple of hours, but then the main line of storms, that's going to start around 5 o'clock. It'll last until about 10. And then Friday morning, temperatures falling, dropping like a rock. We're waking up tomorrow morning in the middle 20s, cold enough to see some snowflakes. Friday afternoon, the sun comes out. It's not going to feel great, but the sun comes out. That's your colder day out of the next 10 with high temperatures in the mid to low 30s. And then Saturday and Sunday, that's when we're expecting no major issues in that weekend forecast. Just in intervals of sun and clouds and temperatures relatively mild. So something you want to keep in mind stepping out the door tomorrow morning. Light rain is going to be making that transition into some snowflakes. Stepping out the door in the mid to low 20s. Going to be pretty chilly towards the towards the morning, but also the afternoon as well. So that's going to be for Friday. Let's talk about the weather timeline for today, the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's see if you have any questions rolling on in this afternoon. Kiki's tuning in. I'm not complaining. I'll take rain and winds over snow any day. Absolutely. Today's your day then. Not seeing much snow, if any, until tomorrow morning. All right, so Thursday today, first alert weather day. Again, light rain chances are going to be pressing into the tri-state within the next couple of hours. It's going to start lifting in from the south and west. So the first to see it, Carroll, Owen County, Switzerland, Ohio counties, and then downtown. Those rain chances will pick up right around 3 o'clock. Expect radar to be active around 3 o'clock. But the main line of storms, you're going to see this approaching the tri-state by about 5 to 6. And then, notice that color gradient that I have there. It could be a pretty intense in spots. Again, a very low risk for something severe, but it's not out of the question. Winds would be the main concern here. And also heavy rain and some downpours and lightning as well. So here's 7, 8, 9, and to 10 o'clock. Notice that main line of showers and storms, it starts to weaken as it moves from west to east. That makes sense just because the sun will have set well before the arrival of these storms, so these will be weakening from west to east and then making their merry little exit by the dark and early hours of Friday. It's going to lighten up before it comes to a stop, which means anything left over you see here going to be making the transition into some light snowflakes, which we'll hold on to through the mid-morning on Friday, and then we'll start to see that come to an end by the early afternoon. So today is all about the rain chances, some storms and some embedded gusty winds, and then tomorrow morning, snow and much colder temperatures as well. No other questions coming on in right now. Let's talk about that wind advisory, because right now winds are gusting around 30, 35 miles per hour in spots, but through 10 o'clock tonight, we can't rule out these winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour. I think most of us will escape that higher side of the spectrum, but regardless, it's going to be windy outside. Make sure you're securing those loose objects, whether it be some furniture outside. Hopefully that's not outside just because it's cold, right? But you also want to use caution while driving. I don't need to be the one to tell you both hands on the wheel, but both hands on the wheel. And then of course you can't rule out some downed limbs and downed power lines. Thankfully, we're not seeing any snow with this, so I'm not expecting big power outages, but they're possible, of course, just with these strong winds and of course with any storms rolling through the tri-state. You do run the risk of some power outages. Okay. Let's roll on through, talk a little bit more about these winds into your afternoon today, because right now they're still noticeable. They're gusting 30, 35, but here's what we're seeing for the afternoon. Most of us girls stay below 40 miles an hour, but the isolated 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gust possible. We're also going to be quite breezy into your Friday too. So you can imagine, Friday, we're not necessarily seeing too much falling from the sky, just a couple of morning flurries, but it's still going to be cold and it's still going to be windy, which means it's going to feel even colder. Not a great day to be outside for Friday, but I think we're going to take it because the weekend ahead, it looks great for anything and everything outside, including the Festival of Lights. Friday, your high of 30 degrees, which it means the evening dropping into the 20s. Saturday, high of 50, going to be a great day to be outside. And the evening looks great too, dropping back into the 40s, maybe the 30s, depending on that cloud cover. And then Sunday, sun and clouds, 43 degrees, one of the cooler days of the 3, but still manageable and more seasonal than you might think. Okay, any other questions? Tuning on in, I think Larry's talking to Kiki. You're not the only one. Yeah, absolutely. It's a good change of pace to be talking about something else other than the heavy snow, the big cold, the ice, rain, and storms. Still want to stay weather aware for those as well. Smallest risk for something strong. Nothing severe though. Let's brush up on that Christmas forecast for you guys real quick now. It's 12:10. The most recent white Christmas, just a few years ago, 2022, we had 2 inches of snow on the ground. The hottest was the year prior, 69 degrees. And we aren't going to break a record necessarily, but we're going to be on the warmer side of the range, right? 57 your forecast high. And yes, rain is in that forecast as well. So that's your forecast, your first alert on what to expect for this Christmas, which is 1 week from today. Oh, can you believe it? Not seeing any snow. So sorry about your luck if you wanted a white Christmas. And if you wanted a white New Year, also sorry about your luck, because we're going to hold on to these above normal temperatures all the way through the end of 2025 and into 2026. So that first alert extended forecast, we're starting to wrap up December in it, if you can believe that. That's kind of nuts. We're also wrapping up the fall season. Comes to an end on Sunday. And it does so in true Midwest fashion. Warmer temperatures than normal, 50 on Saturday, 43 on Sunday, so that's a little bit more normal. And then stepping into next week, that's when temperatures, they do rebound. So Monday, mid 40s, Tuesday and Wednesday back into the 50s. So Christmas Eve, Wednesday, a little bit of rain in the morning, drier towards the afternoon. We'll let you know if that changes for any services that you might be going to in the evening hours. But then Thursday, Christmas of next week, or Christmas a week from today, 57 degrees, your forecast high. One of the warmer days, if not the warmest day that you'll see out of the next 10, with no big cool downs in sight, which means we're going to be holding on to no snow chances, rain chances, and warmer temperatures all the way through the end of 2025. Okay, no other questions coming on in. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. We are done with the snow for now. We're done with the big cold. We've settled on into warm temperatures. I mean, I can't skip past Friday. I mean, it's still going to be cold on Friday. I mean, high of 30 degrees. Don't want to give off the impression that we're done with it. So I'll correct myself for sure. But we do rebound very quickly back to the 50s. If not the 40s, and we're going to hold on to that all the way through the next 10 days. So don't put away the winter gear. Please don't do that. I mean, Friday is still going to be very cold, temperatures dropping, high of 30 degrees in the afternoon. It'll feel like the teens at times, and then stepping into your weekend, weather whiplash just continues. We shoot right back up to the 50s for those afternoon highs. So today's the first alert weather day, getting you through these rain chances into the afternoon and evening. Again, that line of storms is going to be approaching from the west starting around 5 o'clock this afternoon. So make sure you're tuning into Fox 19 tonight with our team of meteorologists. We will be getting you through these showers and storms. Again, nothing too strong, nothing too severe, but I know this time of year can catch a lot of people off guard to see thunderstorms. So we'll get you guys through it and we'll let you know should anything change. You guys will be the first ones to know. But for now, signing off here in Queens Gate, I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley. Have a great rest of your Thursday.